Anyway, we're going to go to the phones in a second, but first we're going to go live to Mark Grandy for this annoying Giants update. Hi, Grandy.
Hey, what's up? Bob Melvin speaking to reporters at Oracle Park at least just a few minutes ago. An update on Blake Snell. You were talking maybe Blake Snell pitching on Friday. Maybe you get to see him.
Friday
well, guess
night.
what? He is pitching on Friday. He's just pitching for AAA Sacramento, making a rehab start on Friday in AAA Sacramento. And then he will return to the rotation the next go-around. Giants will skip the 5th spot this turn because they have a couple of off days coming up. So everybody just moves up one. You don't need a 5th starter this time around.
Well, I will say this, for those of us who will be attending the San Francisco Giants-Colorado Rockies showdown on Friday. Thank you, lovely Christy. That just means we get to see Kyle Harrison instead. I ain't mad at that at all.
As opposed to watching Blake Snell go 3 1/3, strike out 8, and walk 4.
Yeah, my lefty actually gets some outs. So how about that? No, I
pitching great too.
I still think Blake's gonna be fine. Blake's going to be fine. He's too good to not be fine. He's not going to just put up an ERA of 12.
Right.
And if he does, you get to see him again next year.
Exactly. Well, I mean, at this pace, I'd imagine he comes back anyway, unless he really turns it on and then
way too early.
Gets a contract.
Way too early.
But he's only going to get now maybe, you're looking at 23 more starts if he stays healthy?
Yeah, but I mean, you know how contractual stuff works. Sean Manaea got opted out because he had the last month, it was he's good. Boop, opt out. He's going to get a deal. If Blake Snell looks like Blake Snell in August and September, he's opting out. That's how that's going to work. Same thing with Matt Chappie. Right now, Chappie was going to opt in. But if he goes hog wild in August, he's opting out. And
Manaea did get a little bit of a raise. I'm just looking at it, 2 years and 28, and he was making, 13 or 14 here, so we got a tiny bit of a raise, extra year.
Something
thrown in there.
That. Yeah, I think it was 12 and a half. Weren't they all 2-year, $25 million?
That sounds about right.
I think that's what Stripling got too, something like that. But
Strip.
And then one other update from Bob Melvin. Again, he was talking a little bit ago. This comes from Alex Pavlovich on Twitter. He says the Giants are still trying to finalize a plan with Patrick Bailey. He's been doing some on-field work but hasn't played because of concerns that his concussion might be lingering.
Okay.
Bob Melvin said, quote, "That's what we're worried about." It was originally diagnosed as just a sickness?
Yes.
But it did come after he came back from that concussion.
And Dibs wondered out loud earlier if the sickness was the recurrence of concussion symptoms.
His wonder was right.
And that is accurate, and that is quite frankly what we were worried about. That's really, really concerning that concussion is coming and going now a full week and a half later. That's really concerning because and by the way, it's already his second concussion.
Yep.
And who knows about concussions that we don't know about in life sometimes. And so now you're already talking at a very young age with multiple concussions at a position that is prone to them, and one is lingering. And this is bad. This is not good.
No, it's terrible, especially when you think about the player he's become offensively. Forget the defense for a moment, where he's been spectacular defensively, not only working with the pitchers, framing, throwing. He's a great, great young catcher, but the other piece of it is he's one of your 2 best hitters.
Oh, God.
2 or 3 best hitters, right? Lamont Wade Jr. and then Patrick Bailey, what he's done with the bat this year.
They've been the 2 who have
consistently
hit the ball.
So, I mean, it's not only his catching, but it's his offense as well. So, man, I just hope that he can, take another week or take whatever he needs to take and then be able to come back. But that's scary when you're a catcher.
There is so much time. There is so much time. Everything that we currently know about Giants baseball might be a distant memory come August or September. That's possible. However, we have to be authentic. This season, so far, really stinks. I mean, really. And I don't mean that by look at the standings. We're 19 and 24.
No.
I mean on an emotional, connected, reality sort of a way, this whole thing absolutely stinks. Underperformers is one thing. Patrick Bailey dealing with a lingering second concussion Jung-Hoo Lee setting meetings with Dr. Neil Elatrash.
Blake Snell out for a month.
Blake Snell having better starts in San Jose and Sacramento than San Francisco. And Jorge Soler just up and disappearing. Combined with the fact that he was a walking double play.
Did they trade him, or is he just hurt?
Matt Chapman literally looks like he's got Swiss cheese bat, where if you hit that fastball in the upper half of the zone, it's got that swing where on TV, it's like, how did you miss it? You were right on it, and you just swing through it. And so you're hitting 210. Remember in spring training when Alex Cobb was ahead of schedule?
Oh, God.
He's gone.
You get to Austin Slater yet?
I don't know which part of Austin Slater I don't like more.
Nick Ahmed, I can't believe this guy's going to be the starting shortstop. Hey, he looks pretty good. He's hurt too.
I don't know if I'm mad or happy that Austin's hurt, and I don't please.
The humanity part of it, yes.
Obviously not, but you know what I mean. I don't know if are we supposed to be happy or not that he's not in the lineup right now? Because when he is, he's not hitting, and now he's hurt, and that's not good either. And
you know what encapsulates the whole season for me in one moment? It's when Tom Murphy is catching, and he gets up, and he goes after a ball, and he sprains his knee, and he immediately bolts right to the dugout and throws his mask down and throws his glove down, and he's frustrated, and he's hurt, and he's out. That's been the whole Giant season in one moment.
Golly.
Failure, injury, struggles.
And an 0-4 record against the Dodgers, and half the building happy about it.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, more on all that in a second. And Jay's been super patient. I think he's got an interesting call that we're going to go to here in a second. But here's something positive. People are digging everything that the Golden State Valkyries came up with today. And if you are hopping in your car and you're like, what the hell is a Golden State Valkyrie? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is your brand new home WNBA team. Their name was released today. Their color scheme was released today. It looks phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And we've got the merch to celebrate this release. So if you want to win a Valkyries hoodie and t-shirt, all you have to do is hit the contest line right now and be caller number 5. The number 415-523-4652. Valkyries hoodie and t-shirt 415-523-4652. Caller 5, 415-523-4652. Good luck.
Yeah, exciting. And, it's not always so popular to talk about women's basketball or women's college basketball on sports talk radio, but you've got Caitlin Clark about to make her WNBA debut in 5 minutes, and now the Golden State Warriors have unveiled not only their new president and their new GM, but now their new team name and their logo. It's okay to be excited about this sort of stuff.
No doubt.
And I'm not just saying this as a girl dad and looking forward to, bringing my daughter out to these games when she's a little bit older, but it's a cool thing for the Bay Area.
My daughter hadn't even heard yet. We talked about it this morning when the name came out, and she had the same first question that many do. What's a Valkyrie? And then I explained, I'm like, I didn't know either really, and then kind of got into the whole thing, the female warrior, Marvel, whatnot. Like I could read it to you. There's actually a cool piece of digital content that they put out that shows a lot of different pictures of the city and everything. The logo looks fantastic. It's kind of a light purple with black. Everything looks really, really good. And I'll be purchasing some merch and I'll be taking the kids to some games. There's no question about it.
Yep.
So anyway, let's go to Jay, the blacksmith, who apparently is in his driveway. Jay, are you still in the driveway?
Yes, sir.
Good job. We love driveway moments in radio.
Yeah, I love it. First of all, with the Valkyries, perfect name. Perfect name. I mean, for the city, perfect name. And purple, actually it's royal purple or sunset purple is the best color. So they nailed it on that one.
They really did.
But
they really did.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. So I have 3 points, and let me just get them out so I can move along with my day. The reason why I don't pay for tickets at the Giants anymore is because I took two sons, and we were all the way at the tippity top, and it was $500. All right? Yep. But I have a solution. All right? The solution is this, and I'm talking to all the Giants fans out there. Go pay for a $250 kayak and meet me in...
Ooh. He hung up on himself. That stinks.
Meet me in the cove is what he was going to say. And he was also going to tell you that
outside.
What they actually have now is a screen that shows the game in the cove.
Smart.
They just finally came up with this.
Smart. And the weather's about to get good. If it's not already, you get it. I mean, yeah, very, very smart. That's the way they need to be thinking. You're a party. This is why Joe Lacob will acquire Kevin Durant if he can. Because it's not like we got to get out of the, I guess we don't have to, but I try to get out of the whole idea of like, championship or bust. It's like, that's not what we're doing here. This is an entertainment entity. They need to be interesting and they need to be fun. And then we'll go from there. You're going to win a few times. You're not going to win most of the time. That's life. Welcome to sports. But that's where the Giants have really failed. And that's where, I will argue that's where I have fallen short in my Farhan Zaidi assessment over the last 5 years. I still think he's a smart person. I still think that from a baseball perspective, there are some things that he really gets. And I could detail some trades for you now that have been like next level stuff. Really good that we forget and he doesn't get credit for. He pulled Lamont Wade for a guy by the name of, was it Sean Anderson or something like that? This is a right-handed pitcher who was never, like a really great trade. The Melanson thing, a great trade. Robbie Ray for two people that nobody wanted anymore anyway. Like, he really has done some smart things. But the problem, and where I have fallen short in my assessment with Farhan, is it's too singular-minded. It's too, here's the formula, let's follow it, let's win, and completely forget that you're supposed to entertain people. And I don't think that Farhan understands that very well. I think he gets the concept. I don't think he knows how to execute it. And that's where the Giants have really fallen short, and it's where the 49ers and Warriors have crushed it. They are wildly entertaining. Wildly entertaining.
Well, and the 49ers...
Even when they lose.
Exactly, and I think the 49ers have done a great job of making the Niner game experience something that is excited. If you're a member of the faithful, you go out there, and the tailgates are great. The tailgates are probably the best tailgates you can find now in the Bay Area remaining, and yes, it's an all-day thing to go to Levi's, and it's not easy to get in or get out, but if you want to go out there and bring your barbecue and bring your friends and meet your buddies, it's a good time out there at Levi's Stadium, and the team is really good. The team has an identity. If you like defense, you can buy a jersey of 3 or 4 different guys, and if you like offense, the same thing is in play. They're a good team. They have an identity. If you go to a Niner game, you're going to get a quality outing. And, they're probably going to win. They may not win. There's no guarantee. But it's a good team. It's a competitive team. It's an exciting product. And you have that at Chase Center, but you don't have that at Oracle Park.
I forgot after the Valkyrie giveaway, shop.valkyries.com for all your Valkyries merch, shop.valkyries.com. Look, it's not easy. I get it. He has said this before publicly. Like, his concept when you say, hey, what do you tell fans who think this is boring? There's no identifiable players. There's no one to buy a jersey. He's going to say, we think winning is entertaining, and that's what we're trying to do. Now, they have failed at it over the last 2 years. The year before that, they very much won. I mean, did you find 2021 to be entertaining baseball?
It was surprising, but yeah, it was entertaining.
I thought so.
It was entertaining because they had new players who played great, and then they had some of the old guard who had career years. So
really great.
When you have that many people having career years and you're second in baseball in home runs and you've got a good young pitching staff that's exciting, and you go out there and you feel like your team's going to win, it felt like no matter who you were going to play, you were going to win. And this year's team feels totally different. This year feels like, okay, you're facing a good team. You might win one of three. You're facing a mediocre team. Who knows? You're facing a bad team. You'll probably take two of three. It's very predictably mediocre this year.
If I asked you to fire away with the people who played well in 2021, what do you even remember about it?
There was Yaz and Lamont, Crawford, and Belt. Those four would be the headliners. And you could add in, I think Wilmer was there playing well, and Slates. I think Slates had a good year. Tyro
crazy.
as well, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I didn't say Posey.
10 Giants hit double-digit home runs.
10.
How many can you name?
Well, I think we've done this before, and I didn't come up with all of them. I know Darren Ruff was a guy.
Darren Ruff is one. Yes, 16 home runs.
And, Posey and Crawford and Belt.
Posey had 18. Belt had 29.
29.
Crawford had 24. 24.
Yaz
home
had
runs.
like 20, didn't he?
By the way, Crawford hit 298 with an OPS of 895.
I mean, come on.
What the hell happened that year?
Right?
What was that? What the hell was going on?
Who knows?
Yes, Yaz had 25 home runs.
Right.
OPS of 768.
And Lamont, did I mention Lamont yet?
Lamont Wade, 18
he had 17,
home runs.
yeah, 18
home runs. Yeah. The three that you have not, no, I guess there's four that you've not gotten are the little bit more difficult ones.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you'd get it. We've named, two of them are still on the team.
Yeah, I think Wilmer was one.
Wilmer Flores, 18 home runs.
Austin Slater was the other one.
Slates, 12 home runs.
Right.
And then two who are no longer on the San Francisco
One of them
Giants.
I always forget. It's not.
Sounds like you've forgotten both of them, actually.
Yeah,
Or else you
probably.
would name them right now.
Yeah, neither.
Think about those cheesesteak commercials.
Well, that's too easy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, he still didn't get it. Okay,
No.
never mind. Most awkward commercial, except for the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren,
Right.
What a Pro wants steak. That's super. This was that level of awkwardness, but with a cheesesteak.
Yeah,
and on a local
I must
level.
have missed this one. The cheesesteak commercials.
He had a chant with regard to his last name.
Oh, that would be Alex Dickerson, right?
Alex Dickerson
That's
is
the one I
correct
forgot.
answer,
Thank you. It's a
13
good
home
cue.
runs. And then the other one is no longer on the Giants. However, he's like not Hall of Fame, but he's Hall of Very Good. Hall of Very, Very Good.
Played in the World Series last year, didn't he?
Sure did.
Oh God, man, was he a Diamondbacks? Gee, who was that?
Don't say Jock Peterson.
No, he's
say
not in the Hall of Very Good. And
Did he hit one like 450 last night? My son reported to me that Jock Peterson was 2 for 3 with a long bomb.
Oh, geez.
Last night for the D-Smacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. I don't know who that would be.
Evan Longoria.
Oh, that's
Evan.
right. Evan Longoria. Okay.
Yeah, Evan.
He's still playing, right?
Yeah.
I think he's still out there.
Yeah.
I thought I saw something.
I don't know.
He's
what
stumping
he
you
decided.
now.
I don't know what he decided to do.
He's currently a free agent.
Okay.
Yeah,
there you go.
They let him go. They let him go.
They let him off the hook.
Yeah, he's not picked back up yet. Do you remember? And by the way, Tyro did join the team that year. Only played in 52 games. Do you remember who had the most influential catch? Defensive player of the year for that team. Just for fun. He's still in the league. He's not on the Giants anymore. He's caught on, I believe, with Chicago Cubs. Is
That's
that accurate?
correct.
Yeah.
Influential catch?
Dude, like
A couple of them, actually.
Right, but one of them in particular was just banana land, saved a monster game. They went on to win the game. If he hadn't caught it, it might have literally derailed the season. And in fact, they beat the Dodgers by 1 game in the standings. If he doesn't make that catch, they flip that game and they lose to the Dodgers in the standings.
Man, it's a big buildup.
It is.
Is that Mike Talkman?
Mike Tachman for the win.
Yeah.
Loco Moco on YouTube. Thank you for stalling.
YouTube.
I need to use YouTube more often. I never do, and I flounder in these bits.
Yeah, well, they're tough. They're tough, and they're not meant for you to get them all right. It's not fun if you do.
Exactly.
You're supposed to get some wrong.
And I do.
And Grandy hits the buzzer, and
then we move on.
Everybody has a good time.